So, architecture school, or film, you can use this as a microphone. Architecture school or film school. The life of a starving artist, or a life filled with regret because you didn't do what you really wanted. To be or not to be. Hello and welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a coffee and chill video where I'm just going to talk about college applications, life, the bizarre limitations that we put ourselves in, decisions, choices, which is the same thing. So a couple thousand years ago, I made a video about my decision to go to Pratt Institute and study architecture. So very recently, I made a decision to switch my major. The reason why I decided to pursue architecture in the first place is because I thought that as an education would make me a better filmmaker. I thought of architecture in terms of filmmaking. I thought of it in terms of production or setting design, because architecture and film have some things in common, because they're both about kind of changing the perception of people and taking that perception and adapting it to your creation. As a designer, as an architect, there is this whole process of you analyzing the atmosphere of that building, analyzing every single little detail of the air, of the earth, of the feeling of how all senses of someone will respond when they go into that building. So you're kind of the director of that space. It's kind of like as if you're directing a movie and you just want people to feel this certain reaction, and you are controlling everything on that scene, from the shots to the lighting to the little details on the set to everything. The thing is that what got me through the hardest times of the architecture semester, what drove me to actually be doing section cuts of buildings and designing these things at 4 a.m. in the morning, I kept telling myself that, oh hey, when you become a filmmaker and you make this stage design, like the freaking Coliseum for Gladiator.
Hi, my name is what? My name is
Maximus Decimus Meridius.
I just kept telling myself that vision, and I kept visioning myself as a filmmaker, and that's what drove me to do architecture, which is so crazy. But somehow I was so convinced that it was the right thing to do because it's a safe job, it pays. Then I kind of took a step back and I was like, really? What are you doing? I think that what really drove me to switch majors from architecture to film, I would just find myself at the gym or running or chilling and reading about lighting and filmmaking and all these amazing directors and taking master classes, and I realized that that's what made me feel the most alive, and that was the North Star for everything else. And that's when I started realizing that maybe it's a little bit more than just this little passion obsession thing that you have in your head. But I feel like at the end of the day, everything matters as much as you make it matter, or the meaning of things is the meaning that you give them. So when I think about why I switched my major, of course, because I love directing. But when I think about how I did it, it wasn't the love for filmmaking or directing that actually made me do the thing itself, because it's kind of scary just when you're doing good at something and it has a promising future, just letting it go and pursuing something else. It's this delusional courage, which is so freaking powerful. Muhammad Ali had it. He would tell himself that he's the greatest, and everyone else, it's just affirmation for yourself and believing in your choices, but to the point where you realize that it's no one's responsibility. No one, not even your parents, not even your siblings, no one's responsibility to tell you that you're going to be good at a certain thing or that you should do a certain thing. It's up to you only. And I think that really grows you as a person too, because it keeps you fighting for things that you love, and it keeps you have a vision in the morning, like when you wake up, you know better you're chasing something that connects with your identity in your own way, and it's your choice to be chasing it. But like, thinking about it, where in the hell did me find the courage or this whole, self-belief and whatever I'm talking about? Where did I find that? You learn a lot about yourself when you're under pressure, when you're working 2 jobs out of your own will to challenge yourself, and you have all these goals in the meantime, and you're just like pushing yourself to the limit to be able to do things. And afterwards, after you accomplish those goals, you don't think, oh, I'm the shit, but you definitely don't doubt yourself, and you start loving yourself a little bit more. Are there people born confident? Yep. There are people who, just have that crazy belief in themselves, and I love that. I absolutely love that. But being self-made that way is also something amazing. I mean, everyone has their own journey and how they come about loving themselves, and everyone has their ups and downs. But I think that loving yourself has everything to do with choices that you make. And when I say loving yourself, I'm talking about self-awareness, knowing what you want one way or another. That's why people read all this self-awareness and self-development books and go to these big conferences. Foundation that will lead you to making better choices, and to ultimately you can change your life just with choices. Anyway, I went totally off the topic. I was talking about architecture school and film school. I feel like regret is also an extremely powerful variable in this whole what do I want to do with my life equation. What am I going to regret before I go? No, what's really going to make a difference for me in how I live my life? And these are the things that will make me die happy, basically. And so the moral of this video is, when you have some time to chill with yourself and grab some coffee and just start thinking about things that just make you happy, I promise you there's this uncomparable happiness, form of happiness that you get when you make a choice that matters to you, that is very valuable in terms of your own metrics, not your mom's metrics, not your friend's metrics, but something that really matters to you.